Bloody game on the farm. One cold January, a mystery happened in the village of Jeleji that changed the whole opinion about this town. Jeleji is located near the foot of the dark forests, which are forbidden. There have been many cases where a group of tourists appeared hanging from trees, tied by their heels, upside down, and with a mysterious symbol engraved on the back of their heads. Because of these cases, people prefer to avoid the forest. Not far from this forest is a cottage located on the farthest edge of the village. In this cottage lives a farmer with his faithful friend Jenda. Once, when they had a long time, they decided to go to the forest behind their house to see what was true about these rumors. The very next day, they got ready and set off into the forest. The trees that started the forest were depicted like any other, but that couldn't be said about the feeling they were experiencing. It was unbearable. His partner, who had stepped into the forest first, felt weak, and after a few steps was already lying on the ground. The farmer immediately ran up to him and began to shake him mercilessly. "Wake up! What happened to you?" he cried hopelessly. The young man didn't answer and didn't even move an eyebrow. Then the farmer tried to pull him, but he couldn't. He put up too much resistance. At that moment, strange human, terrifying voices began to come out of the forest. The farmer was frightened, and because of that, he tried to run out of the forest as quickly as possible. He finally succeeded, after countless falls. He ran to the settlement and gave a report about his experience and how he urges them to come and help him and the young man. A few volunteers are found and they head back into the forest. There they search for his friend, but he seems to have vanished. After an hour of diligent searching, they lose faith in finding Jenda, so they set off for the village. Meanwhile, the volunteers are annoyed by the unsuccessful search and demand a tip from the farmer, but he doesn't have any, so unfortunately, he had to refuse. Upon entering the house, the farmer pauses over the light in his house that is on, because he remembers turning it off, so what could have happened? After a few seconds, he left it on and didn't worry about it anymore. When he crossed the threshold, he realized that Jenda was now standing in front of him. The farmer immediately jumped up to hug him in a friendly way, but he just stood there coldly, expressionless. This surprised the farmer, and he went to the kitchen to offer him something that could make him feel better. Mood. But what happened? The moment Sedlak turned to Jenda, the young man regained his composure and punched him in the back. Sedlak did not expect this, and therefore fell to the ground. The young man then released gas from the container he was holding and struck it with a match, and then quickly ran away from the house. The house exploded behind him, leaving only pieces of wood and concrete. The friend quickly ran into the forest because people began to gather around the house so that he would not be seen. The village mayor investigated the case, but they did not find the perpetrator. To this day, no one knows where Jenda ran away to.